Have you ever been at work where someone just comes in and starts screaming at you? Like, to do it this way or that way, and just start screaming at you? Was it effective? Is that something you want? Do you need that kind of motivation to push you through the day and make sure you get your work done? Do you? Where are we when we have that same mentality of going nuts on our poor children? Thinking if we scream, yell, get emotional, that somehow it will will our children with these developing brains to figure it out. Through our screaming and yelling, we can get our kids' brains to wire together to be Pele or Messi or just get the victory. I'm not sure. We're just surrounded by a bunch of morons when it comes to sideline conduct. I just talked to a parent last night, and this parent was telling about her daughter's team, and the worst parent on the sideline is an anesthesiologist. Like, he's the worst, like the biggest screamer, going nuts all the time, an anesthesiologist. A doctor. You imagine, doctor, as you're sticking the needle in someone's back to give them an epidural before they deliver a baby, and we just come in and start screaming at you. Do it quicker, do it faster, thrust it into the back, and hopefully you hit the right area and put the right medication in. Are you kidding me? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with society? Why is this acceptable? I don't understand why this is acceptable. And it's so rampant. I mean, I'd love to just go out and just start yelling at parents that have no self-control. But there's so many of them, you can't handle them all. So the best thing to do is just stay away. If you are the sideline parent that can't shut your mouth, you are so messed up when it comes to sideline conduct as far as sports and all that. You're just jacked up, ignorant, stupid, a waste of space. You're useless to society other than you're destroying it. Do you not understand that? Can someone argue against me? That's what I need to start a podcast and invite these nut jobs onto my podcast and really try to understand, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? My poor wife, like, anytime we're on the sideline together, and it's very rare we are, and if she says anything, like even cheer, I almost lose my mind with her, like kind of hush her up, which is not an intelligent thing to do to your wife. But I'm like, but even that, you're cheering on your child. What significance is there? I mean, when you cheer on your child, I mean, what do you think happens? You think, good job, Jack. Oh, good job, Jack. You're amazing. Like, during the flow of play, what do you think you're accomplishing there? They know you're there. A simple smile is enough. I mean, after the play, and say, hey, good job, unlucky or whatever, you know, give them some encouragement there, sure. But during, it's like needles going through my head when I hear that. Like, you know, I'm just cheering for my child. What do you mean you just cheer? Just shut up. Does that mean? Yeah, that was pretty mean. But yeah, just be quiet. We don't need your comments of any kind, because you're setting yourself up for failure. You're heading towards sin. You do a little sin, and then it becomes a big sin, because then you feel comfortable talking. Like if you're preparing your voice to be heard with just cheering, you're setting yourself up for other things like, come on, referee, and like, that was a bad tackle, or hey, that was a good shot, son. When was it? You're in charge, sideline parent. You're not in charge. The coach is in charge. And I don't know how coaches even survive this world of coaching with the sidelines. I mean, if I get back on the sidelines again with little ones, and I'm sure I will, and this is how my podcast started, because I am so annoyed that parents feel like they get to coach on the sideline, like they get to make comments. Any comment is coaching. Oh, I'm just cheering. No, you're not. You're coaching. You're cheering what? A good play that I don't accept? I'm trying to develop kids to play a certain way, to develop a certain way, to make decisions, which requires mistakes. And if they kick the ball up the field accidentally to someone up the field that gives them a chance to score, I'm not cheering that on, but you are. Your intelligence to mine is completely different when it comes to developing the game. I want kids to make decisions, not accidentally help us win or have a good play, and you're going to cheer. Stop cheering. I started this podcast because I was coaching and I wanted the parents to understand how I feel. And even with my podcast, I still would have the same moronic behavior from the same people. And you know who they are. They know who they are. And they have no self-control. They're addicted to what? I don't get it. Is there some scientific stuff to this? I mean, is there endorphins being produced of happiness when they scream obscenities or cheering, that they get all excited? Is that what it is? It has to be something, but I don't know what the solve is. I really don't. And other than get my podcast to go viral, I guess, and get it to people and have debates on this nonstop, but it's definitely intriguing. There has to be endorphins that are released that causes addiction to acting like a moron when it comes to sideline conduct at all youth sporting events. You think? I don't know. But that is the end of my rant today as I drive to my job on this one take podcast 5 days a week. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. And when you get on the sidelines, regardless if you're a doctor or not, shut your mouths. Process on what's going on. And hopefully learning can happen, which it probably won't, because we have nut jobs on the sideline. All right, goodbye.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.